Hello everyone of class 8 standard. Today we'll continue the same chapter light. Okay, so we have already discussed about the refraction of light. What is actually that? I have already told that one. Now the next part of this chapter is actually the real and the virtual image. So this is actually already present. You have already learned this one in class 7 standard. Again, I'm just telling you that real image first of all, and the virtual image. So real image means what? From name you can only tell that one. Real means is it is actually can be obtained on the screen. Suppose any type of image which is forming just in front of the mirror and which can be obtained on a particular screen, if you just take, then that type of image is called a real image. Second one is what? The virtual image. Virtual image, suppose if you are talking about the just the opposite of that one, which cannot be obtained on the screen. Okay, and which is not actually, rays are not actually meeting on that point, which are appears to be meeting. Actually, if you just extend the rays on the other side of the mirror, then it will meet in a particular point and it will be giving you a different type of image, which is known as the virtual type of image. Suppose if you talk about the plane mirror, then plane mirror, in place of that, definitely we have already noticed this one. Suppose a plane mirror is here, and if any type of object, suppose you are standing in front of that one, then the image will be definitely just behind the mirror, just the other side of the mirror. If you want to just project this one, obtain this one on a screen, then it will not be possible because it is not in front of the mirror. So that's why this type of mirror, this type of image is not a real type of image. And two types of lenses, two types of, except this one plane mirror, two other type of mirrors are present in your syllabus. One is called the convex mirror and another one is the concave type of mirror. So concave mirror, first of all, concave mirror, suppose if you are talking about the concave mirror, then it is actually looking like this, in this way. You can just draw, if you draw the diagram, then this is actually the concave type of mirror. The this side, this side is actually the reflecting surface and other side is the non reflecting type of surface. Suppose if you talk about the convex type of mirror, then just the opposite of that one. This is the actual diagram of this one. Here this side is the reflecting surface and this other side is the non-reflecting surface. So from here you can easily just conclude which mirror can produce what type of images. Convex mirror always produces what type of image? It will always just produces the image on the other side. So you can easily tell that what type of image is this one. Concave mirror, only except one condition, most of the time it will produce the image in front of the mirror. Okay, so you can tell that one the real type of image it will form. What are the conditions image formation? Today I will tell in this video. So now coming to the image formation by the concave mirror, first of all. Okay, so few condition before you, if you just talk about the image formation, by the mirror, then few condition you have to just notice. That suppose first of all I am just drawing a concave mirror. This is one type of concave mirror. We all know that this particular line is known as the principal axis. This is principal axis. This point is known as the pole. These two are the curvature. Okay, now here one point is present in this point and another point is also here. This distance and this point and this point, if you talk about, then these are the two different points. Suppose this one is known as the focus point or the focus, you can simply tell. This is the center of center of curvature, you can simply tell that one. This distance is known as the radius of curvature. So from the pole to this one. Now condition is what? If any ray which is just parallel to this principal axis, that means suppose if any ray will just pass parallelly to this principal axis, then after reflection it will definitely pass for each and every spherical mirror for concave and convex through the focus. That means after reflection it will definitely go through in this way. It will pass through the focus. This is the first condition. Second condition is what? If the opposite type of thing will happen, if you just focus a torch through a focus, then after reflection it will pass through this way. So this type of ray which is parallel to the principal axis, this is known as paraxial ray. These all are known as the paraxial ray, simply parallel to the principal axis, that is known as the paraxial ray. Okay, next condition is what? If any type of ray will pass through the center of curvature, okay, this way if it will fall, then it will follow the same path, it will retrace its own path. That means after reflection it will go through this way. Okay, second condition. Next condition is what? Suppose if any type of ray will just actually, now we are coming to the next portion, that image formation. Just simply you just remember these two conditions. Now I am coming to the next one, that image formation different for different positions of the object. For concave mirror, first of all, so now this is concave mirror. Okay, this is the principal axis, this one is the focus, center of curvature. Now first condition is that object at infinity. If the object is at the infinity, that means far away from the mirror, then where how it will actually, where it will just create or form the image. So that is our main discussion. So from the infinity the ray of light is coming in this way. These all are the paraxial ray. These all are the rays which are coming from the infinity. First condition I told, if any paraxial ray will come, then after reflection it will definitely pass through the focus. In this way it will pass. Okay, same thing will happen for this one also. After reflection it will pass through the focus. In this way it will go. So these two rays after reflection meeting in this particular point, so image will form at the focus, at F it will happen. Okay, now the reverse condition we are talking about. Reverse condition, I am not drawing the diagram, simply you can understand from here. If the object, now what I told just now, that object is at infinity. Now the opposite condition we are talking about, that if the object is at the focus, suppose the object is here, then what will happen? Then you have to say that in this way it will go. From here it will go, the ray of light will go in this way, and it will just reflect, and it will be a parallel line, parallel to the principal axis. Similarly it will go in this way. After reflection in this way it will go here. Okay, so one ray will go in this way, it will go in this way. Again second one, it will go in this way, and it will go in this way. Okay, so they will just meet in a infinite position. So if the object is at infinity, the image will form at the focus. If the object is at the focus, then the image will form at the infinite position. So this is the first and the second condition. Next one is what? If the ray of light, if the object is at the center of curvature, then where the image will form? For concave mirror we are talking about. This is the concave mirror. This is the principal axis. These are the 2 point, focus, center of curvature. Now condition is what? If the object is here, if the object is present here at the center of curvature, then where the image will form? Now just draw the diagram. One parallel ray will go in this way, which is paraxial ray, you can tell. So definitely according to our condition it will go through the focus after reflection. In this way it will go. Similarly, second condition is what? Suppose the ray is just passing through the focus, then what will happen? We know the condition, that after reflection it will go just parallel to this way, parallel to the principal axis. That means it will become a paraxial ray after reflection. So these two rays are meeting in this particular point. Okay, so definitely the image will form here in this particular point. So what is our condition? If the object is here at the center of curvature C, then the image will form at the same position, that means center of curvature. Now conditions, this is definitely not a erect one, this is the inverted one, and definitely in front of the mirror means real. Okay, so this is the second type of image formation. Now the next type of image formation, if the object is in between C and F. Okay, suppose the object is in between C and F, then what will happen? Same type of, these all diagram will definitely come in the exam, I'm telling you. Okay, so this is the focus position, and this is the center of curvature C. Now this is F. Now here the object is present in between C and F. In between C and F, then where it will form the image, where the image will form, the parallel ray will come in this way, it will go. Okay, another ray is coming in this way, and it will definitely go in this way. So beyond this center of curvature, here in this position, definitely the image will form. Here in this particular position, the image will form. So if the object is in between C and F, then the image will form just beyond this one, beyond this center of curvature. So these all are the image formation by this one, by concave mirror. In case of convex mirror is also there, which is not in your syllabus, but you have to notice that convex mirror is always forming the image. What type of image? Always producing the virtual type of images. So this is the conditions for concave and convex mirror image formation. Last part of this chapter is what? That is the dispersion. Dispersion part, if you are talking about, then how the VIBGYOR is occurring. These all are the color combination. We all know that one: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Okay, so here this one, if you take a prism, we all know that one, when the ray of light, white ray of light, actually if it is falling, then prism is actually doing what type of thing? It is actually just splitting all the 7 bands of color. Okay, in this way, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 color will occur. Now which ray is just bending most? Because we all know that one, that is the characteristics according to the wavelength. You can also tell from the wavelength, you can tell that one, that scattering, or the, if you talk about that, this one, if the wavelength is more, then definitely scattering will be less. So in case of red color, definitely we all know that one, red color beam, what is happening? Thus bending is less here. So red color will bend least here. Okay. Then if you talk about here, in this way, red will be here and the violet will be here. So these all are going in this way. Okay. So this phenomena is actually known for the, this is known as the dispersion phenomena. So these all are actually present in this chapter. Okay. Next, in the assignment, I will give you some question answer and some few thing I will tell also. Okay, thank you.